Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting. If you have been waiting for me to get on and go live, I'm just gonna chill for a minute, wait for people to start joining our little holiday party. So, tonight we are talking all about manifesting during this winter solstice. Thank you all so much for joining. And I have a really simple 4-step method that I use to manifest. It's the 4-step scripting method. A lot of you have probably heard of scripting. And I have a really specific way of doing it that I feel like really gets results because it really helps to change your subconscious reprogramming. So I'm going to go through those 4 steps. You can ask questions along the way. We're also at the end going to talk a little bit about this process that I've recently started reincorporating called visionary manifesting, not to be confused with visualization, okay? But to start off with, I'm just going to go through the 4 steps, what they are. I've actually been getting questions on videos asking about like what's the difference between setting an intention and writing your script. I'm gonna go through all of that tonight, and so I'm just really happy to have you all here. Say hello, say what's up, let me know where you're checking in from, and let's go ahead and get into these scripting manifestation steps, this process. So the first step is that you want to set an intention, right? And the way that I think about intentions is that intentions are dynamic. They are fluid, I'm not one to set New Year's resolutions. Instead, I set intentions for the new year, and not for the entire year, but by quarter. I look at, okay, well, what do I want to focus on? What areas of my life do I want to focus at the beginning of the year, the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter? And actually recently, this past fourth quarter, I came across this tool called the 12-week year. Game changing. We can talk more about that later though. So saying that to say, like, intentions, they have like a fluidity to them. And I feel like with resolutions, like, life is not a problem to be solved. Intentions allow us to live into the things that we say that we want, or the experiences that we want to have. And so I just find that intentions allow you to move towards that with a lot more agility, and a lot less, what do I want to say? A lot less blockages. Like with intentions, you can be really fluid with the way that you go about things. And it really gives meaning, to your life and how you want to live over the next year, the next month. On this live particularly, I'm encouraging people to set intentions just for the next season, like for this next quarter, this next season, because we're going into a new year. And I know, like, a lot of people have it in their mind that, like, this is the start of something new, but actually, like, it's the dead of winter. And I talked about this a little bit in the email that I sent out, encouraging people. Somebody said they like my tree. Thank you so much. This is my baby. I speak to my tree every morning when I wake up, like, good morning, tree, let me spray you because it's getting a little dry or whatever. But thank you. So yeah, what was I saying? With intentions, you want to be really fluid, and also just the time frame in which we're setting intentions, and how, like, this is really winter time, and during the winter things are stagnant, like the ground is frozen. And I wanted to do this live today because winter is also, the solstice is a portal. So right now, and until the end, right now up until spring, like, the light is coming back to the earth. It's going to start growing, and the days are going to start getting longer. Like right now, the winter solstice is the point where we have, like, the longest night of the year. There's a lot of proliferation of darkness. And people have this perception of like darkness as being something bad, but like, no, when you think about, you know, it's getting ready to be a new moon and you're going to be planting things. When you plant things in the ground, it's dark in the soil. There's a lot of richness and a lot of nutrients in the soil. And so right now is a great time to set intentions, but not necessarily to do a lot of movement. Like a lot of the movement that's happening for us right now is internal. Okay, that's the work, is setting the intentions and setting up your internal system in order to get ready to move when it's time, right? Okay, so that's my spiel about intentions and how they just really give meaning. And they're really these small incremental steps that are going to take you to where you need to go. And so when I do my scripting on a day-to-day basis, I think about what's on my to-do list. And I put those things as an intention, especially if they're important things that are on my to-do list. Because we all know you can have a to-do list that's full of a bunch of, I don't want to say time-wasting activities, but things that aren't really strategically going to propel you forward, right? So that's the thing. But I put the things that are important to me that I know are going to help me to move forward on my intentions list. And I'll give you all some examples, because this is not like an all morning process. Like literally, hold on, let me grab one of my journals. It only takes like a couple of minutes. I usually do it after I've listened to my morning hypnosis. I roll over, my notebook is right there, and I just pull it out and start journaling and start scripting. So here's an example of an intention I set. This was the 18th, so a couple of days ago. So I said, today I intend to be more open and receptive to every good thing that I deserve. Like, that's a simple intention, and that's just the guiding principle for the rest of my day. What was this? Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I had a longer list of intentions that had to do with, like, because I was going outside. I knew that day, I work at home, so I don't be out in these streets every single day, thank goodness, because I'm an introvert. I'll be like, ooh, people. But so my intentions the other day was like, and this is the thing about when you're scripting your intentions, you want to make sure that you include the things that are known and the things that are unknown, or that you want to put into action. Okay, so the things that I knew that I needed to do that day was, I knew I needed to pick up my target order. I knew I needed to work on doing this billing for a client, right? And then there were some things that were unknown, like how exactly they're going to happen. I put down that I said, like, today I intend to create and or post my next viral social media post. Like, who can predict like when you're gonna go viral? But that is an intention that I set to let the universe know, like, hey, over here, like, this is where we're going. This is where I want to flow that energy into creating this, you know? So some other intentions that I said was that I intended to have fun creating new content that people love as I step into my soft life CEO era, right? There's a little unknown in there. There's a little, like, it's becoming, you know, it's in progress. And our job is to really, with our manifestations, is to massage the energy so that those things can come in. And like I said, the other things that I knew were going to happen was like, today I intend to pick up my target order. And the reason you want to mix them like that is because your brain, your subconscious mind is going to start to make the association that, like, oh, so we did go pick up that target order. Okay, we did go and work on the honey book. What do you call it? The honey book billing today. So I guess I need to also help her to sell her next 100 products as well, because that's also an intention that's on the list. It allows your subconscious to let its guard down and to make that which seems unfamiliar familiar. Okay, does that make sense? If that's making sense, you guys, drop me some, I don't know, likes, or I'm not fully versed with like how TikTok live works, so drop me a comment, drop some hearts or something to let me know if what I'm saying is connecting. Okay, thank you. God, let me know, like, are we on a good path here? Okay, so that's step one. All right, in the process, every morning jot your intentions. It could be one, and some days I get on a rampage because I got a gang of things to do, and I don't press myself about, like, if I don't get everything done on this list, like, it's okay, because I know that it's coming and it will be done. Right, I've planted the seed. Okay, so step two is that you want to jot down what your beliefs are. And beliefs, in my view, are more foundationally solid. They're based on your past experiences and what is known. And in this context, in terms of scripting, you want to jot down what your beliefs are related to yourself, right? Beliefs, they can change, they can shift based on new information. We're constantly evolving as people. We're changing, we're shifting. But you want to jot down things that you know about yourself that are going to help you along your journey for the day, or if you're scripting, a whole chunk of time. Like, sometimes I might script for a month in advance, and everything will be written as though, like, it within this next month, XYZ is getting ready to happen. So we'll get there. So when you're thinking about your beliefs, here's some questions that you can ask yourself that are going to help you figure out, like, well, what do I believe and know about myself to be true? So that's one of the questions. What do you believe yourself? Who do you believe yourself to be, right? Who do you say that you are? What do you perceive your strengths are? Like, are you someone who is very highly organized? Are you the type of person who knows how to receive constructive criticism or feedback? These are all like internal resources that you have that are going to support you and support your energy, your creative energy along your manifestation journey. So like, if you also, I tell people to think about like the internal beliefs that you have about yourself, but also when we get a little further down the line, like, we talk a lot about identity shifting with manifestation. And you have to imagine, like, okay, what is someone like Oprah, for example? Like, I wonder what her beliefs are related to, XYZ thing. Like, what would Oprah do in this situation? Like, what are some internal resources Oprah may have? Like, she seems like, a brilliant businesswoman. So maybe I want to like brush up on my business skills because I know I want to open a nail salon in the coming year. You want to think about the person who has what it is that you have. You can know them. Like, maybe it's, the local salon owner in your neighborhood, or maybe it's somebody who's a celebrity, and think about like, what type of beliefs does that or internal resources does that person, what might they have that I can cultivate in myself? Because they have something that I desire. So let me see how I can, grasp onto some of that by adopting some of these same beliefs and habits, right? Okay. So another question, we talked about internal resources you already have. So that's what that means. Internal resources, just like your own, personal magic, what makes you special, what talents do you have? That's what I mean by internal resources. What internal resources do you already possess that will help you to manifest and take inspired action? Okay. Let that seep in for a second, because I feel like there's this perception that like manifestation or manifesting is an idle process. Like, it's a very active process. It's a very you can literally track your manifestations, and we'll talk about that in a later step, in step 4. But it is a internal subconscious process. Like, you have to do the subconscious change work, because a lot of times the things that are blocking your manifestations are beliefs that you have that are working against you. Okay, so you want to be fully resourced in the beliefs that are strong. You want to encourage yourself with those beliefs, but the beliefs that are shaky, you also want to do the work to understand like what those are and how to root them out. Okay, that's another conversation that we'll get into, if maybe later in this live, but we'll definitely talk about it. And I've definitely created videos on like getting rid of disempowering beliefs. Like, I literally have a free download in my profile that you can go through and track like what disempowering beliefs that you have, the internal ones. And then you also have external beliefs that are based on how you believe people are perceiving you. So it's your own self-perception, and also what comes in from the external. Okay, let me know, does that register, or do you want me to break that down a little bit more? Okay, so yeah, that's with beliefs. So you definitely want to, strengthen your resolve, and you definitely want to root out the beliefs that are not serving you. Okay, those two things are going to be really important, because one of my teachers, Abraham, is always saying like, a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, but if you keep thinking like negative thoughts, it's going to continue to snowball and build these really profound beliefs that can cut you off or block your energy from helping you to manifest. All right. Okay, so let me see. Step 3 is the actual script. Someone on TikTok this week asked me like, what is the difference between setting an intention and doing the actual script? And so my intentions, I write them in present tense, saying, today I intend to XYZ. With my actual script, I write it all in the past tense. And again, the reason that why you want to do this is because you want your brain to get comfortable with the idea of you doing new things. And the reason why scripting works so well, you guys, is because you're doing it every day, and the subconscious mind needs repetition. It loves repetition. Like, that is how it learns. So your job is to get past its defense mechanisms, and by writing things in the past tense, that helps the brain to believe like, oh, we've already done this, so this is safe, that she's getting ready to do this new thing, because it's familiar to us. Because the brain doesn't know the difference between you wrote this or what you wrote and how it happened in the past, and your imagination and what is actually real. And that's why, you guys, you really have to be careful about the way in which you even joke about yourself, like making self-depreciating jokes about yourself, speaking about, I'm always broke, or, oh, I made a mistake, I'm so stupid. Like, you got to be real careful about the way in which you are speaking to yourself, because your brain doesn't know that you don't mean that for real. It's just taking it in. It's just recording. It's constantly recording. Okay. So your actual script, you want to write that in past tense. And like I said, because it helps the subconscious to let its guard down, to allow that which is new to become familiar. You can include your intentions in that. And so let me see if I can find an example for you all about how I've done that. All right. So one of the things that I scripted recently was today and every day, really, I've been on the lookout for not just evidence of my manifestations, but the fulfillment of these deep desires. And I've done a lot of work. I did a lot of work today to align my energy, to call it in. Today, I've been in surrender when it comes to allowing myself to be guided today and every day. I have been honoring myself, and I've doted on myself today in very deeply soothing ways. Scripting before you go to bed. Okay, I'll come back to that. Thank you for that question. So yeah, these things, I have been using my script to really work on my self-concept. Like, not necessarily to manifest a thing or something specific, but to really focus in on who I am becoming, who I am being, versus what I want to have, what I want to do. I've really been focusing a lot of my energy on who am I becoming, who am I being, right? And so I write about myself as though like these things are already present. These things are already a constant. They're already in motion for me, okay? So there are two questions. One is, what is scripting? And the other, what are my thoughts on scripting before bed? And so scripting is basically writing out your day as though it has already happened in the past tense. And if you weren't on the live, if you just got on the live right now, the reason that we do this is because you want to bypass the subconscious and help it to let its guard down, because you're going to be scripting not only the things that you know for sure that you're going to be doing during the day, but you also want to add in the things that you are desiring to bring into your life. Okay, let me see if I can find, so an example of that is, so one of the things I've really worked on in terms of like self-concept is just how to be like more softer. And do I think that I'm fully there yet? We working on it is what I'll say. I use the analogy of like, I am like an iron fist in a velvet glove. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working on my softness, right? And so one of the things that I scripted literally in the past tense is, I'm speaking it as like it's already done. I have learned how to be softer and more gentle with myself and others, and how to be more nurturing to myself, right? To be softer. Why? Because for the longest time, I have been operating deeply in my masculine. Deep. And that's a whole nother live. And maybe I will, set up one that we can do a deep dive into like the different feminine archetypes and the different masculine archetypes. For each feminine archetype, there's a masculine as well. And a lot of times I feel like in our community particular, women tend to be like very much in our masculine, because a lot of times we're the heads of the household. We have to be the ones to go out and get it and make things happen. That's masculine energy, okay? I myself am manifesting being a woman of leisure, okay? Like, I'm building a business, but not a business to where I have to be so, I have to grind myself to dust. That's not the business that we're building over here, right? I want to be able to have freedom to still like nurture my family while growing my business, right? I want softness. I want my business to feel like this is just a hobby that makes me a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, this is not something that I have to do because I'm also manifesting a certain type of partner. This is something that I love to do, that I get to do. I love to help people. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to do it to the detriment of myself, right? That's masculine energy, that go, that push, that grind, that no sleep, that's not for me, okay? Look, I have pretty dainty hands, long fingernails. Like, this says kept woman right here, okay? And that's how we trying to keep it. Like, I'm gonna be straight up. And so, that's why I have been really working on my softness, because I recognize that I need to embody a certain type of energy in order to attract a certain type of partner. Okay, makes sense? Great. So back to the previous question. She said she's a villain. I don't blame you, girl. Get your villain air on. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, listen, I'm a lover girl, and so it is hard for me to like just be like cutthroat. Like in my villain era, like I struggle. I struggle with that. I ain't gonna lie. Let me see. She said thoughts on doing scripting before bed. She shattering ego. Yes, girl, do it. I encourage you. Listen, all my ladies who out here serving it up, girl, give it to them. Like, I support you over here. I'm cheering you on, okay? Please explain. She just joined. Excuse me. What specifically? Because we went through a couple of steps. I'm gonna do a quick recap, and then I'm gonna answer the question about scripting before bed, okay? So just to recap, we're talking about the my four-step method, scripting method for manifestation. And we started off talking about why the winter solstice is, okay, great. We started talking about why the winter solstice is the ideal time to manifest. It's because it's really a time for you to go inside, and the subconscious is the energy of the feminine. The moon is the energy of the feminine. And when right now at the winter solstice, we're in a state of darkness, right? Nothing can grow on the outside. People are very much inside of themselves. Really? I didn't know that. People are really inside of themselves. They're inside of their homes. It's a time for like deep introspection. And so the reason why it's a good time to manifest is because it gives you the opportunity to really go internal and figure out like what will be the governing idea or mission in your life for, you know, the next month, the next season, the next year. It's a time to really down regulate, okay? It's a time to transmute and to resurrect that which in yourself had to die, you know, during this season, because we all go through cycles in life, and there are parts of ourselves that you are not the same parts that you had when you were 15 years old. There are parts of yourself that you have to leave behind, and they just kind of fade away. Like die is a strong word, I know, but that is the circle of life or whatever, right? So this is really a time to recommit to ourselves and really do that deep internal work, that change work. And for what we're talking about here, manifesting, that is that's the internal. Like, it's very difficult to manifest it's very difficult to hold on to a manifestation. You can bring stuff in, but if you can't hold on to it long term, it's usually because there's some program that's running in your subconscious mind that is kicking it back out, you know, because you have to be able to hold the vibration. You have to be able to be steady and deep in your beliefs and really live into your belief system, okay? And that happens at a subconscious level, like the change work that you need to do, because a lot of these programs, child, the way that you think about money, I guarantee you, like, it's deeply influenced by like how you saw other people handling money. Like if you're very responsible with your money, or, you know, you got a gang of credit card debt, you know, it, like, no judgment, but like, I guarantee you it has to do with the fact that like you either saw people being very responsible with money, so you knew what to do with it when you got it. Money is also an energy, and it deserves like its adequate amount of respect. Or you didn't have the foundational learning about like how to manage money. And so you went to college and fell for the predatory schemes that were on the campus, signed up for all the credit cards, and then next thing you know, you got what? Credit card debt. Like, because you didn't know any better. That's a program. No, you saw people maybe being extravagant in life or living beyond their means. Like, that's a program. And that governs the way that we are going to govern ourselves until we take a look at like, there's something going on here that just, this ain't right. Like, this is not working for me because this is someone else's program that you're running, okay? And it's up to us to do that change work, to clear that out and install the program that you want to be running, you know? And that's why I do the hypnotherapy daily. Like, I have 2 that I run, and I'm skipping ahead, but I'll just say, like, that's one of the things that's an easy thing for you to do to help you to change your subconscious programming. All right, let me see. Oh, good. I'm glad you understand. Thank you. She said, serving, hair, fit, nails, lips. Thank you. You like my jammies? These are one of my favorite pairs of pajamas. So luxurious. But I be seeing people wearing their little silk outfits like outside, but I'm cold natured, so I'm not gonna be able to do it. But thank you, Lou. And thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's see where we at with this process. I was going through the steps. Step 1, setting the intentions. Intentions are very dynamic. They're fluid. I set mine on a day-to-day basis. If I'm going to plan for like the month, I'll be thinking ahead, you know, what are all the things that I need to do in this next month? And I will write them out as intentions, the things that I know I need to do, and also the things that I desire. You gotta mix them. You gotta mix them. Oh, sorry, boo. She said I forgot about her. You asked the question about scripting at night. So, okay, yes. And here is when I script at night, because I'm a morning scripting person, because sometimes I wake up just and I gotta collect myself. Like, I done had a bad dream or something, and I done tried to analyze it, and it throws me off. And I've talked to my spirit and my spirit guides about this. Like, listen, y'all be putting all this stuff in dreams. Like, that stuff be having my mind in a knot first thing in the morning. So just please, like, I need external confirmations, okay? All this decoding is not for me, right? So that's why I script in the morning. But yes, the answer to your question is you can script at night before you go to bed. I think in that case, maybe you want to script about the following day before you go to sleep. So, in that case, tonight, you would script about what your intentions are for tomorrow, what your beliefs are, what your script is, how you planning to move through your day as though it were tomorrow. Does that make sense? Because ultimately, the reason why I do mine in the morning is because, you know, in the morning and at night before you go to bed, you have this window of opportunity where, you know, it's probably more quiet. Scripting, it probably is a great skill for you. Like, I'm gonna say this, like I said, like, I have a very anxious brain myself, like, inherited, and that's something that I have worked through. I used to say, oh, I have anxiety, like, so bad. Like, I don't claim it as like it's mine. I have it, you know what I mean? Like, no, I have an anxious brain. It gets anxious. It's a state, you know. Sometimes I feel more anxious than others. Like, it varies, you know, and that feels more aligned for me. I never want to claim something as like, I am this. Like, no, that's changeable, you know. A scripting journal. Yeah. So I have one in my bio. It's 21 days, and I'm teaching you the steps, but what's inside of the actual scripting journal is every day you have a different ritual to practice to go along with the script. It comes with an abundance hypnosis, It teaches you how to do EFT tapping on, like you said, you're anxious as well. So, child, I be in traffic like this, like tapping it out, because these people on my nerves, like, oh my God, even though I am 30 minutes late to pick up my nephew, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Like, even though this person I just got off the phone with, that is they on my last nerve, I can't take it, I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Like, I tap it out, you know what I mean? And so you learn that through the journal. Also, there's a really great goal setting time technique session. And that's something that I typically offer to my one-on-one clients or in my small group mentorships. But there is a process and a technique where you can look at the timeline of your life and go back and pinpoint when certain negative beliefs started. You get to go inside, look at that memory from a distance, zoomed out, so you're not associated and feeling all the feelings all over again and getting activated. You can look at it from a distance and say, okay, what is the learning here? Like, what was this supposed to teach me? You pull that wisdom out and then you carry it forward on your timeline to the present, okay? Yes, ma'am. 144 pages. Yep, that's it. Boom. And so I am talking you through it. So I teach you the 4 steps, and every day for the 21 days, there's a different ritual to go along your journey to give you something to actively do, because I believe in doing to help to massage the energy. I believe in ritual practice, like every day. Like scripting for me, that's a ritual. That's a morning ritual. I sit down with my tea, I get my special pen, I alternate between black and blue ink every other day. It's a ritual. It's a thing that I do, and it's also something that helps to reprogram the subconscious, because the subconscious loves what? Repetition. Okay, so step 1 you'll find in the journal is setting the intention, and there's an explanation on how to do that. And like we said, I hope I answered your question about scripting at night, because I'm gonna go back to the steps. Let me know, all right? How much time do I commit? Like, sometimes it takes me 5 minutes. Like, it just depends on how much I have that I want to get out on the paper. It also depends on, like, how much time do I have right now, you know? How much can I, like, get out real quick? But it shouldn't really take you, like, no more than 15 minutes. It should not take more than 15 minutes. Like, if I take more than 15 minutes, I'm lollygagging. Like, I done wrote all my intentions, and then I went and made some tea and toast. And then I come back and I do my beliefs, and then I go off and fold some laundry. Like, if it's taking longer than 15 minutes, that means that I'm doing other things, if I'm gonna be honest. But I have carved out a time, and this is one of the rituals in the manifestation guide. I carved out chunks of time where I work at home for myself. I try, but I don't take calls from anybody before 12 p.m. My phone stays on do not disturb unless I am expecting, like, you know, calls coming through. Most of the time people are emailing me, and so I know, like, oh, at 1 o'clock I have this Zoom call, or I need to turn my do not disturb off for like 10 minutes so that I can receive this call coming in. Like, I chunk block my time, and it shows up as notifications in my phone, because what does that do? It triggers the subconscious mind, like, oh, this is something that we see every day, so it must be important. Let's grab onto it and make sure that this happens, okay? So yeah, so I have, saying that to say, I have from the time I wake up until 12 to get it all in. And that means, like, whatever it is that I'm doing, whether I'm like divining and I'm working with my tarot, like I'm taking a tarot course right now, or if I'm doing some reading, I'm doing some scripting, like all of that needs to fit into that container, okay? You block out your calendar for yoga sessions throughout the week, absolutely. And when I used to go into the office, I would block out time to meditate in the middle of the day. Like, look, I'm indisposed from 12 to 12:45 because I'm gonna be down the way in this. We had a little library, quiet library, meditating. And like me and some other of my colleagues, that's just what we did on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We come, and these are people who weren't even in my department. I don't even know like them like that, but we had defined time where we would go and meditate. And so to answer your question, do I meditate prior to scripting? It depends. It really depends on how I feel. It's going to be before or after, like right in that same window of time. It just really depends on how I feel. And that's the beauty of creating a life that's your own. Like, one of the things why I started doing that calendar blocking that way is because I recognized that I had a program, and a lot of us have this program about the 9 to 5, right? And I naturally am a nighttime person. Like last night, I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then when I got in the bed, I didn't even fall right asleep, which is unusual for me. I usually sleep real, real well. But I have this program where I used to feel bad because I want to stay up because that's when I feel creative. And then I need to sleep until 9 o'clock. I don't want to be running out the house at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, going to get on a train to go do somebody else's work. Like, I need my energy for me, and I need to run my system the way that I know benefits me. Okay. And so, yeah, that's why I block my time like that. Because a lot of us have that 9 to 5 programming. I mean, we went to school, K through 12, and then, either went to college or got into the workforce and started doing the 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever it is thing when we got to work. Like, we are trained from a young age that this is the way to be. One of my best friends, she was a nurse, a trauma nurse, and she worked overnight, and she was like, it's a whole nother culture and way of being where you have all these people, these healthcare workers that really are trained to be up all night when the rest of the world is asleep. And then, we come home and sleep all during the day until, early in the afternoon. And then we got to get up and start run our errands, get our kids or whatever it is that we do, and then go to work. And it's up all night. Like, that's the program. That's you know what I mean? That's different from the norm is what I'm trying to say. Because the majority of people are definitely on that 9 to 5 program. And I had to break that because I was like, that's not serving me. Exactly. It feeds capitalism. Exactly. Yes, girl. I am in California is where I'm at. I'm in California. Okay. So I hope that makes sense about the setting the intentions, writing them, both the known things that you're going to do, the little things that you have on your to-do list. Go to the farmer's market today. I intend to go to the farmer's market. Intention one, the next one could be, today I intend to hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. You know what I mean? That can be an intention. And by writing it out, like, until it happens, oh, you're in San Diego? Hey, girl, I'm going to be in LA. So we need to kiki. Like, send me a message after this live is over. Okay. I'm going to follow you. I think I need to have to follow you or something. So let me screenshot. Hold on. Can I screenshot? What just happened? I hope it's screenshot. So maybe I'll just write it down just in case, because I don't know about this live situation. I don't do it often, but I am starting to do it more because I actually really used to enjoy doing lives back in the day on, what was that first platform? Periscope. I used to do lives all the time on Periscope. All right. So step 2, beliefs. We talked about beliefs being fundamentally like more solid, not as wavering, as intentions are very fluid. They're very like day to day. Your beliefs are like based on your past ways of thinking, how you perceive yourself. We talked about beliefs being, when you write your beliefs, you also want them to be geared towards like what your internal resources are, what are your internal strengths that you have that are going to help to support you in your manifestations, and help you to take inspired action, okay? And then we talked about the script, about how we want to make sure that we're writing the script in the past tense because it helps the subconscious to let its guard down, to allow that which is new to become familiar to you. And you also want to be, you can include some of your intentions like in your script, right? Because the script is also based on what is known, what you are actually going to do today, like go to the farmer's market and what is unknown as well. You know, today I signed a new client into my 3-month coaching program. Like, that's something that may be an intention, and also I want to put that into my script because I want to really be massaging that energy. And until these things happen, you guys, like, you don't just write it once and forget about it. Like, no, like, you keep writing that into your script, weaving those things, that which you are desiring and you are manifesting, keep writing it out until it happens. Okay, until it happens. Like most people, I have been getting really low views on TikTok, but I just kept making the videos. And there was a lull. I went back and looked, a lull in my script where there was a time I wasn't intending or writing about, I wasn't writing about my TikTok engagement. I had stopped doing that. And so I was like, let me pick this back up because we need more people to receive this message. I need to get this word out here. So I need these views to get up, right? And so I started putting that in my script again. But you know what else happened is I recognized, like, okay, the strategies that I was using, let me brush up on some new strategies for my TikTok to help to massage, take action, inspire action on what it is that I am scripting about, okay? And so as a result, I've noticed a lift in my views. Like, you know, it's not crazy. I haven't had the next viral hit yet, but I have had several in the past. And when I did have those in the past, what was I doing? I was scripting about it all the time, all the time. Let's see. Recreating, girl, honey, baby. The SP business, let me tell you something. What I will say is this process works. Okay, now what you do with it, totally up to you. I personally don't teach the whole SP thing because I believe in what I want for myself and what I want for other women as well is to recognize that the thing that you think that you want may not be for your highest good. You can manipulate the energy any way you want to. You are a powerful creator. You can do it. You can call that person back to you. Baby, in 5 years, they might be on your nerves. A specific person. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have the vantage point of source, of your ancestors, of your highest self. Like, I want what source wants for me. I want what is for my highest good. And maybe this person was my highest good at this point because I was at this level. And yes, naturally, when you level up, the people around you, they have to either rise to meet your level or they got to go away. Like, one or the other. And I'm not about like massaging the energy so much that I'm going to keep somebody around who could potentially be blocking me from a better blessing, or somebody who is more aligned, who I didn't have to have this push-pull struggle with because we got karmic stuff, or, you know, we needed to work out our I don't like to say trauma, but we had to work out. We were very triggered together, and we had to, like, you know, really struggle. Like, I'm off the struggle love train, and for me, SPs, people that don't act right, like, I need you to come into the door and be ready and about that action. Like, I am not trying to help you to get ready like that. Like, I need you to be on board. I need you to be ready. You know what I mean? And, like, obviously, no relationship is perfect. There's going to be ups and downs, and, you know, it's all about, you got to communicate, and it's just really about, like, what are you willing to put up with? Like, because you got trauma, they got trauma, like, together, y'all gonna activate some trauma together. Do you feel safe to stay and work out whatever is going on with your SP? Do you have trust that you can work out your issues in a safe container of a relationship? And for me, if one person, your SP is running and you chasing, or they chasing and you running, are you in a safe space? to work out your stuff? Like, what are you doing here? And so for me, that's what SP represents. And so what I like to say is, this relationship, if it's somebody who I really am endeared to, and I really, I want to make it work with this person, I would love for it to work with this person. But you know what? This person or someone else, this relationship or something better, like, I want the best for myself, and I want the best for the women that I teach. And that's why I don't teach to attach yourself to somebody who could end up being like a ball and chain later on down the line, like, release them with love, like, and maybe 20 years from now, y'all will be like thick as thieves again, because they didn't have to go off and do some living and do some learning, and you did too, and y'all came back together and it was beautiful, right? You didn't let bygones be bygones. You didn't have to like fight through all the stuff that they did in the past and practice like, forgetting it, and like the past doesn't exist, and all the things that they teach, because like, you could do that, but like, why would you if there's someone who is ready for you right now in the state that you are in, who is aligned with where you are? Why are you trying to drag somebody to like come get on board? Because we know that like when your energy changes, like I said, they gonna change. But child, I want to use my energy and my magic to do magical things, not drag somebody else along the path if they not ready to go down it and walk it themselves. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. Girl, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's take a pause and a moment of silence for that, girl. Like, no, for real, because what I know of myself and other women who are in my circle, we are magical as fuck. So why I'm gonna be using my good energy, draining myself, or like trying to like have this energetic attachment to somebody who may not even be spiritually developed yet to reciprocate? We over here building empires, baby. Like, I need you to be aligned with what's going down over here. And I believe like women, we are leading the new beginning, the new cycle that's happening. We're moving out of the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius, and the divine feminine has got to get in her power. Okay, so we're gonna lead the way to some extent, but like, there are going to be people along your path that are going to be more capable of supporting you and uplifting you, your divine masculine counterpart, and that's how we share power with men. Like, it's not about like power grabbing. That's masculine shit. That's uncultivated masculine shit. You know what I mean? We are interested in sharing the power. Baby, you got this vision for this thing that you want to build. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do. Let me bring this into and we done skipped over step 4, but we going into visionary manifesting. Let me take that which you desire and that which I desire and come to a consensus on how we can both get our needs met. Okay, here's what I think we should do about this situation, babe. This is how I think that this would benefit the both of us. That's called visionary manifesting. And you can do that not just with your relationships, but anything that you're trying to manifest. Take it internal, because the internal, the subconscious, the moon, that's the feminine. That's where all your power is. That's where the beginning of everything is. Women carry babies inside of their body, internal, and birth them through the portal of life. But it starts internally. And such is all creation. It starts internal, and it starts with us, okay? So let me skip on back. So we went through steps 1 through 3. Step 4 is proof of magic and evidence. That's another part of your scripting process where you come back in the evening and write about what proof of magic did you see. And that could just be like, jot one thing, like, okay, let me think, something that may have happened to me recently that seemed like proof of magic. Okay, here we go. So I've been manifesting moving to LA. This is something that I even put like a lot of effort into. I was like, this is happening. So I can really like kind of release this, but I do pick up on evidence that, LA is getting closer. It's almost time. Oh, look at all these new connections that I have that are in LA. I just signed a new client. Where are they based out of? LA. Like, LA is coming. It's happening. And it's a wonder to me to just like, oh, look at all of this evidence. And as soon as spirits say it is time to leap, let me get the boxes because I'm about to pack up all this shit because I'm out, because it's time, because I already knew like this is happening. It's happening. It's really just a matter of time. And I'm not pressed about time or when it's going to happen. I just know that it is, So proof of magic, the point of that is to help you to feel comfortable with letting your manifestations come in in divine timing, getting comfortable tracking and watching it unfold. It helps to create momentum when you may not have a whole lot going on, but it just helps you to remember like, oh, okay, yeah, this is coming and I can see how, and I can see, the evidence that this is happening. It's on its way. One of the things I told a story this week about proof of magic versus having your wish fulfilled. And the difference between the two is sometimes when we see like, oh, I'm manifesting a partner. I meet a guy and he's cool. I like him, but he's maybe not like exactly like really what I was manifesting. It's a couple little red flags. There's a couple of things are off, but I'm gonna accept this sort of kind of for now. Okay, well, listen, you can do that, or you can hold out for your person, or you can just, have interactions with them, learn a little bit, and then recognize like, okay, I can release that now because I know what that's about, and it's not the full thing. It's not the full manifestation, but it's the prototype. Like, I hope that you're the one, but if not, he could be the prototype. You know what I mean? Like, that is the difference between recognizing like this is evidence that what I want is out there, it's possible, and then you have the actual wish fulfillment, the person who comes in who's ready to get it popping with you, who's ready for the things that you're ready for. You say you want to have a kid, or you want to get married, or you want to travel the world, or you want to build an empire together. Like, that person comes ready to do those things with you, right? So that's why you want to track daily, just jotting down like, what evidence did I see of some of my manifestations coming in? So, and it gives you, I don't want to say hope because it's stronger than hope. It gets you excited about like, this is really happening. This is happening for reals right now. Like, look at this evidence. My manifestation is on its way. Like, it really helps to massage that energy. Okay. Let's see what I want to say about that. We talked a little bit about this earlier about how to release like things when it's just like when it's proof of magic or evidence of your manifestation coming in. Some statements that you could journal in that section for your proof of magic is like, my friends got a promotion and I know I'm manifesting money, so it must be in the vicinity. It's in the neighborhood because my girl got this promotion and I am manifesting this or something better for myself. This or something better. Or if you are like, setting intentions for the New Year's, for example, I would frame it as like, by December 31st or sooner, I am ready to receive this. Like, my manifestation will be here by this date or something sooner. The other thing is, we talked about this, being aligned with my highest good and benefit. That's another something that you can say to like help, or journal to massage that energy. All right. You said I'm gonna do that to find a partner. Yes, girl. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlie Key wants to know, what do I think of love spells during the winter solstice? Love spells on who? Can you be more specific? Love spells on who? Because my perspective on love spells is, do a love spell on yourself. Do some honey jar work on yourself. Like, make yourself like zhuzh up your own energy versus trying to manipulate somebody else's energy into doing what you want them to do. Because again, why would you tether yourself to somebody who I ain't gonna lie, they may not be worth a damn, you know? Thank you so much, Jerusalem. Thank you for that. Have a good night. I don't think this is the live for you. Let me see. He said the other question was, why manifest during a time when nature is resetting? Okay. So good question. I would say to that, like, you're not necessary. This is not a time for action. This is a time for rest, recuperation, and for massaging the internal, doing the internal change work. Yes, winter, everything is dead, it's asleep, but you know what's not? Spirit inside you. Like, that's very much alive, right? And so the body, yes, needs rest. You should be taking your time and, you know, going about things slow, planning, plotting, deciding, like, this is how I'm going to spend the next season when it is time, when it's go time for real, when it's time to be outside, when it's time to be doing. That's really what you want to be doing then. Now, this is focus season. It's getting clear. It's clearing out your energy. We're getting ready for a new moon. New moons, a lot of people like to do their intention setting, planting seeds, manifesting, but as you said, it's winter. And so what I suggest is, yes, you can make your plan for the coming season during this new moon window. What you really want to be doing is, it would be a great time to clear some stuff out, because the winter solstice, the portal of light is opening. And all that means is that right now it's the dead of winter. And so tonight it's the darkest, it's the longest night of the year, right? But in a couple of days, the sun is going to continue to grow, and we're going to receive more and more light from the sun every day, leading up to spring, right? So right now is not really the time for some action like people think it is, which is why I don't talk about like setting New Year's resolutions, because like I said, life is not a problem to be solved. It's an experience to be lived, and intentions allow us to live into our beingness. It allows us to lean into that which we are wanting to experience in this life, you know? I see a lot of messages. Let me see what's going on here. Sir, I'm gonna have to block you now, baby. Get with this block party. Okay, bye. Block party. Sorry, y'all. I was not watching the chat. And he was just going off on a tangent about celebrating Christ. Listen, sir, like that's wonderful for you. That's beautiful for you. But we over here minding our business. Okay. Let me know, you guys, if anybody else needs to get invited to the block party. Okay, let me see where we at with that. Any more questions about that? The last thing I want to go over, two more things really. Hypnosis. So day and night. day and night. Hypnosis is a very effective practice for helping you to change your subconscious programming. And that is something that I've included with the 21-day journal. You were talking about you wanted to know more information about the journal. So that is included. You get an abundance hypnosis. And what that helps you to do is before you go to sleep, your brain drops down into a theta state, which is a problem-solving state. And it is like a light sleep or a deep, deep, deep relaxation, like with a really good deep meditation. You can get down into theta. And so the ideas that are being transmitted through the hypnosis are really able to penetrate your subconscious mind, okay? And that's what you want in order to like make changes to your belief system, to be able to challenge negative thoughts, negative beliefs when they pop up in your mind. I don't know if you've ever struggled with like, I blocked him, girl, I blocked him. If you ever struggled with like intrusive thoughts, like that will help to slow those down so that you can catch them, so that you can challenge them, so that you can rewire the subconscious to uproot those things that normally would be blocking you, okay? So that's what you want to use hypnosis for. And I like it because it's just a nice, relaxing technique and process. You know, there's not a lot of work for you to do other than to just be in the vibe of what's going on. Yeah. You need to block him. I blocked him. So yeah, if you got to block him on your end, block him too. Cause girl, I can't see nothing from him no more. I know, poor baby. He's, go find some business. Like go decorate your tree or something. I don't know. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. So yeah, hypnosis day and night, 2 times a day. I do it like in the morning because that's, you know, when you're just coming out of your sleep. I do the career success hypnosis meditation in the morning. And then at night, I do the hypnosis meditation that is specifically for relationship. Because, and this is personal for me because in my chart, I have a stellium in my 7th house, which is the house of partnerships. And I've done a lot of plant medicine ceremonies, and every time I go to ceremony, the spirit always says to me, like, you need to work on your relationship with such and such. What about your relationship over here? It's always like massaging the energy of relationship because that's something that's super illuminated in my chart. And so I know that that is a part of the work that I'm here to do, which is like cultivating relationship and really learning through relationship. I think even my North Node is like in the 7th house. I have a lot going on in the house. And so as a result, I recognize that that's a work in progress in my life. And so I want to be doing my best work with that and with the people that I love, because relationships are really, for me anyways, they are they're a source of a lot of energy, a lot of love, a lot of support. And I recognize that which I'm building, I need that foundation. Like in my life, I want people in my circle and in my space that are going to be able to hold me, you know, and hold space for what it is that I'm envisioning and what it is that I'm calling in and bringing into this reality. It's not going to happen in isolation. I guarantee you, like, my story ain't gonna be one like I did it on my own. Like, child, anybody who says that, honestly, I feel like they not telling the truth. If we gonna be real clear and honest, like you need people, we need people, you know. And so that is why I do the relationship hypnosis, is because I really want to be manifesting the types of relationships that I want to experience in this lifetime, which are really rich and really full. One of the things that's been happening since I've been doing this work, a lot of what's in my hypnosis right now, Queen Dame, is about like a partnership relationship, because you said you want to try to specifically like find a life partner. Me too, girl. So, but what has been happening, because I'm doing this change work, is that there are friends, like girlfriends in my life who I've had in the past, who have come back full circle, and we are more aligned now because I'm on a certain path with my spirituality and my work, and I've really like fully committed myself to that, and they are on a similar vibration, and so we are in resonance once again. I scripted something the other day about random. I wanted to go to this juice shop. I had a really good juice from this place, and I was like, I got to go back. And I didn't go the day I scripted it. I went the next day, but I was almost not going to go. I was like, am I going to be able to find parking? I almost talked myself out of it, but I was like, no, you put that in your script. We going to the juice spot. So I go over there, and as I'm pulling up, I see this friend of mine who I was close friends with in high school. We went to high school together and we went to college together, and we have been estranged for like 5 years. She was at the fucking juice shop. I was like, this is why you have to listen when you are being led to do something, because she was there and she was so excited to see me. I was so excited to see her. That's a type of partner. That's a partnership. That's a connection. And I had been massaging the energy of her for a minute, because I was like, she's from where I'm from. I know it's the holidays. People come home for the holidays. I'm always hanging out like in the neighborhood where her mom lives, because it's a popular, area or whatever. I'm bound to run into this person at some point. And I thought I saw her a few months ago, but it turned out, well, I don't know if it was her, because when I talked to her about it, she was like, I don't know. I don't remember like being at that place or whatever. And it was like a missed opportunity. I drove by, I was like, I think that's her, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna swing back by. When I came back, she wasn't there anymore. So it may not have even been her, but this particular time, it definitely was her. And we're going to go walk the lake tomorrow morning, because we picked up like no time had passed. And this is because I believe I've really been massaging the energy of relationship. And that's not just with like a partner or intimate relationship. Relationships are all encompassing, all the people who are in our lives, we have a type of relationship with them. Okay. So that tells me something is happening inside of me. Something is shifting. Something is changing. Like, because it's drawing people in is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So yeah, I do the intimate or the relationship hypnosis at night, and I do the career hypnosis, the success hypnosis in the morning. Why? Because I'm getting ready to get up and get into my day and get to it. And I need to, be alert, and I need to be an open channel for spirit to work through me and to help me get out these messages that need to be out into the world. Like, I know you probably can't tell by this live, but your girl is an introvert. Like, I will be in this house 7 days straight. Okay. I have to make excuses to leave my house because I am just that comfortable with being by myself. But as I said, I also recognize that what it is that I'm trying to build is going to require other people. So I got to be out in the world. I have to do the things I need to do to, restore myself and my energy and not be overstimulated. And this is why I told you I'm manifesting, not just the soft life, but I'm manifesting being a woman of leisure. Yes, I'm going to have me a business that makes a lot of money, but it's not going to drain me. No. That's not what we're doing over here. That's not what we're doing. You said you have closed the doors to all others and at the cusp of closing the doors to an intimate life partner. What do you mean by you're on the cusp of closing the door to an intimate life partner? Because I can understand closing doors with all others. That is something that I believe in, is that I can't be besties with my ex if you're going to be over here taking up the man space, because we got to have this space available for the person who is going to come in and wants to really do the thing. So I can't have you over here place holding, So yes, I close doors on people. Like, okay, if we're not, you know, if we're not gonna be doing the thing, we don't need to like really be close like that. I have a couple exes who I'm still cool with. One of them actually reached out to me just a couple of days ago because of something that I posted on LinkedIn. He's not even on social. That's the only social media that he has. And he was just like, oh, you know, I'm open to that. Like, that's harmless. This man is married. You ain't got no business calling and texting me all the time. Like, say what's up for Christmas and keep it moving. You know what I mean? And so I'm good with that. Like, that feels respectful, you know? But yeah, so when it comes to like, you know, exes and people in the past, like, you know, you got to stay over there, because we were friends when we were dating or when we were in a relationship, and you didn't do right, obviously, because I broke up with you because I've never been broken up with. So that means that you done did something that I did not like, and I was like, I'm out. So yeah, you don't get to continue to occupy that space, potentially making someone new uncomfortable, or even like blocking the energy of someone new coming in. Okay, so you said that you're ready to commit, not ever entertaining men as partners, not as intimate partners. You said you know one female who isn't and has admitted to not having been a good friend for the decade. And that's why we've known each other, and every Christmas she comes around extending some olive branch. Oh, so it sounds like she's not changing. Like, she just comes around. Is that what's happening? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Because yeah, you have sometimes people, they just, you know, they just want to hang around. They just want to hang around. And sometimes, you know, it can be family too. Like, there's a situation happening in my family right now between two people where the one person is like, you know, they've extended the olive branch, but I don't really want it because I don't believe that they are going to be different or that they're going to change. Yeah, it feeds off your energy. Yeah. And I said, you know, I support you. Like, I don't think that we have to subject ourselves to people to our detriment, or even people that are just, you know, energy vampires or a drain on our energy. Like, you don't have to, just because a person is family doesn't mean you have to be rude to them, or because you're gonna see them at family functions. You don't have, like, you can be like civil and cordial about it, but you know, there's some people who just, they're used to the old you. They're not interested in the new you, or to aligning with, you know, what it is that you got going on. And I think it's okay to put distance between them. I think it's okay. Yeah, they keep coming back. That's boundaries. Like, you just have to keep like showing them the line. Like, look, here you go. You over it. Let me push you back onto that other side because you too close to me. You too close to me and my energy right now. Like, I need you to back up and respect this boundary. Like, and that's one of the reasons why oftentimes I don't really deal with exes, because I find my exes, some of them, not all, to be, what's the word? I don't know, have an expectation, to entitled. There we go. That's the word. Entitled to access to me and my energy. But like, no. I'm sorry. That's not what we do over here. Like, you had full access and you fumbled the ball. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't work for me. So yeah, girl, do what you got to do to protect your energy. Okay, so we're going to wrap this section on hypnosis, day and night, and the reasons why. The last thing, and I'll go into a little more detail about this because they stop existing. I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. You better call all your energy back too. Call it back. Cleansed, purified, but I need it back though. Run it. Absolutely. So visionary manifesting, that's the last thing that we'll go over for tonight. And this is a process in and of itself. I encourage you to use it with scripting because what it's really going to do is really great for is loosening resistance, like any kind of way, anything that you have that you maybe don't feel clear about, you're not sure how it's going to happen, what you should do, if anything. When you practice this visionary manifestation process, it really helps to massage and soften the energy so that you can let it in. And a lot of times, what is this? Is this Justin Bieber? I have this playlist going of Christmas music. I didn't know Justin Bieber had a Christmas song. Okay, so I'm going to explain visionary manifesting. Okay. Unlike visualization, visionary manifesting allows you, the first step is meditation. Meditation. You want to enter into meditation, and you want to bring whatever it is that you need support with related to your manifestation into that space with source, your higher self, and ask for solutions. Like, for example, my partner and I are having issues. Show me what I can do or how to solve this issue to where both of us can get our needs met. Show me, right? Something else you could bring into this type of manifesting. Let me push pause on this. It's throwing me off. You know, I want to reach more people with my work and my purpose. Show me the path or give me a message that people will resonate with, because I feel shaky, or I feel unsure about like my ability to connect, because it's not me necessarily. Like, yes, I want people to connect with me, but I want them to connect with the message. So spirit, source, whatever you believe, ancestors, help to guide my path as it relates to that. Like, what do the people need to hear, right? You want to take whatever issue it is that you feel shaky about in terms of your manifestation and bring it into the court of the divine, and let that energy, source energy, to help you to figure it out and to fuel you. Because we as people, like, we get tired, our energy, you know, feels drained, but you have access to source, which is never going to lack energy. It is super abundant. And so you really want to tap into that in order to get your answers and to help you to loosen up if you're feeling really tense about the things that you're trying to manifest, and to seek and point you to higher solutions, you know, for the good of all and bringing harm to none, you know, and to help you identify the clear path. Because sometimes, you know, we go a roundabout ways in getting stuff done instead of being on the path of least resistance. Like, and especially if you have something that you're trying to manifest that you feel very shaky about, very unsure about, you have a lot of resistance about, it's hard to just set the intention and let it go and just know that this is happening, especially if you have, like, you know, beliefs that are blocking you from doing that. And so this is a way that you can, like, not even task the subconscious mind, but you're tasking source to do it for you. Like, you know, show me how to make this work. You know, show me what it is that I need to do so that I can be, do, and have everything that I came here for. Okay? Does that make sense, you all? Let me know in the comments. How does that feel? How's that? So you can use that with any other method that you are working with. It works so well because it just takes the pressure off of you, you know? It really relieves you from having to do the work, you know? And there are other times where I will task my subconscious mind to do certain stuff for me, certainly, like, you know, work this problem out for me. But if it's something that feels like big or heavy for you, like, I would take it straight to the divine. I would take it straight to source. And I call this visionary manifesting, because as women, there's a type of feminine archetype that is very much a visionary archetype, you know, who's able to see, like, okay, this is where we're trying to go. Okay, let me go internal, tap into source, and get information about the roadmap or how we need to go to get there. That's going to be beneficial for you. That's going to be beneficial for me, for all, to the harm of none. Okay. So that is what I want to leave you all with. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live. We went through all 4 of the steps. This was really fun, you guys. Thank you for being a part of this winter solstice party. I think I'm gonna do these more often, because I realize, like, I feel like I take for granted that I know stuff. I know this stuff like the back of my hand, because I do this every day. Like, and I have a journal that you can use to learn how to do it too. 1,000 hearts, 1,000 hearts, 1,000 hearts, 1,000 hearts. Yes, do it. Hey, you guys help her. Send some hearts if you enjoyed this live. Thank you so much, Queen Dame. Girl, thank you. You done stuck in here this whole time. I feel like we friends now. You know, let me write your username down so that we can connect, because as I said, I'm going to be in LA soon enough. QU33DAME. Perfect. So yeah, we need to connect, girl. We need to connect. But yeah, I really hope you all enjoy this live. Thank you for the support. And if this was impactful for you, tell a friend to come by my page, check out, you know, some of the content, check out the journal that I have in my profile. If you want to learn how to script, and you also want access to the abundance hypnosis, like I said, and there's a time technique session to help you with your goal setting. You will learn how to do EFT tapping, and there's 21 days of rituals. It's 144 pages, and I have a hack too about like how to print it out so that you know, not using all your ink. If you print 2 pages on 1 page front and back, like it's like 40 something pages or something like that. Is that right? Do the math. 147 divided by 2. 144 divided by 2. So yeah. That's a way that you can, you know, download. And also it's digital. So like if you don't want to print it out, you can actually like type right on the journal as well. But those are the 4 steps. Those are the basics. And if you want to go deeper with this work, you can get the journal, or you can reach out to me to do some work one-on-one. I am here. Okay, boos. Thank you so much. I enjoyed spending the evening with you all, and I hope to see you on a future live. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Happy winter solstice.